Hey.
there.
Did you see Kodak just now?
Hello. I didn't. Where was he?
I have
Kodak.
he's in the kitchen with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mimi's about to have some more people come over and I've got some bones right here to kind of in case he get wound up. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I have ran to go shut the door real quick while the countdown was on, and he gonna try to get up here and get these bones.
Fill up.
No, sir. Lay down. Take a nap.
Hey everybody. Hey Nikki.
Hi. Hey,
Hey
Nikki. Hey,
girl.
girl.
Hey
Hey, you grower.
girl.
What
See, he was
everybody got
like,
going on this evening, afternoon, tonight?
hey Angela.
Hi, Angela. How are you?
Yes. I know what I got going on tonight. Cannon pasta sauce, y'all. Cannon pasta sauce. So T and I both have already canned up some because we were doing a large batch of canning. So we got some of them out the way, and my jars are in there. I'm about to lift that lid up a little bit, just a rattling around. But they're just jars that are warming up so they'll be ready.
Okay. I have some that I need to take out the canner before I can even get to warming my jars up. Miss Cheryl just finished cooking some turnip and mustard with okra and turkey wings. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, well, sure.
Hey, Mike. Angela says
Hey,
she's at
Mike.
work. Womp womp.
Or maybe you can listen while you work. Listen, I'm frustrated with the post office right now. I ordered a package from Skinny Taste, which is a no Skinny Syrups, which sells 0 calorie syrups for like your coffee or different whatever they have different ones. They have flavors that can go in like um your fruity drinks or snow cones or whatever. But I get it for my coffee. They have a flavor that I like that I can't find in the store, so I get it from there.
And what's it
That's
called
how
again?
Skinny syrup.
Skinny syrup.
Hmm.
Sure.
So I'll show you the one I have currently that's almost out. So this is what they look like.
Okay.
If my light can stop trying to fade it out. So they look like this.
Ooh, I see them sugar cookies. Are those sugar cookies? What are they?
No, that's butter toffee. And that's the flavor that I like.
Mm,
And there's zero everything, 0 calories, zero sugar. Like
nice, nice.
I
Yeah.
like it for my coffees. Like even if it's an iced coffee or regular coffee, I like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have left. Like a swig. So I ordered some that should have been delivered on the 5th or the 6th of September. It is now the what 16th.
Where your tracking number?
So when I track it, it shows it's just sitting at the last place it was at, which was the post office. So I reached out to Skinny Syrup. They looked into it and they're like, it shows it's sitting at the post office. So I reached out to the post office. They called me this morning. We show that the last thing that tracked was on the 5th and it hasn't moved since then.
Well
Ma'am,
done.
don't you think I know that? She said, well, we reached out to Cincinnati, which is where it's at, and they're going to keep an eye out for it, is what I was told. I said, okay, so will I get a phone call or somebody looking for my package? Well, no, they kind of just keep a lookout for it if it comes, if it shows, if it pops up, if they come
There's a
across
random
it.
package in the corner.
You would think I ordered one bottle of that. No, I ordered. I think I ordered 4, but I possibly could have ordered 6. I don't remember. Somewhere between 4 and 6 bottles of syrup.
Nina.
Just MIA.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, so what do I do if my package never shows up? Well, you have to contact the sender and they would need to refund you. Wouldn't they didn't make they're not the problem. Well, they
Exactly.
have to
It's
refund
you.
me, and then they have to go after them for reimbursement.
Mm-hmm.
So I will contact them on Monday.
Yeah. Yep.
I've waited long enough. And
I
it's
know
not their
that's right.
fault. I've waited long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I got my espresso machine.
You got
I got
everything ready.
everything ready. And the dang on syrup still ain't came. Y'all hear that pop?
I heard that pop. Let me get my stuff.
Those are the jars that I had already had done. So one thing I didn't do, I don't know for y'all who don't can yet, but when you start canning, so you see how it has this like whiteness around it. I didn't put it. If you put vinegar in your canner, it will keep that from happening. And I didn't put any in there, so I will make sure I do on my next round. But if you put a little vinegar in there, not a lot, like usually I will pour some vinegar in a little bowl to clean my the top of my jars before I put the lid on. And when I'm done, I just pour that into the canner. Well, I didn't. There's another one. I didn't pour it into a bowl. I just took my paper towel, flipped the bottle over, and did it that way. Hey, Miss Felicia. Hey, Rambling Homemaker. How are you?
Hi.
So on, like I said, the next round, that's my kid. If y'all wondering what y'all heard in the background, she's watching something and she's a little excited. But on the next round, I will put some vinegar in there. So actually, everything is ready to go. The black pot there has my tomato sauce in it. So I know I love that sound too. I did mine with tomatoes from my garden. So I grew San Marzinos or Zanos, however you pronounce them, last season. I froze them. I froze some. Some of them I processed, but I had so many, I froze some. So I had maybe 2 or 3 freezer bags. I think I had 3, maybe even 4 freezer bags of those. Then I know Rambling Homemaker, like, listen, it's that season though. She says she's been canning like a crazy woman. It's that season. So I also had Romas that I grew this year. So I had about 6 freezer bags full of tomatoes that I peeled and all that, peeled the skin off, got them all in the pan and the pot, let them cook down a little bit, blended it because I like a smooth, not chunky pasta sauce. And then I added some chopped bell pepper, onion, and some garlic into it, some basil. And I used some of the Mrs. Wages spaghetti, or no, it's not spaghetti, pasta sauce mix. And it's been simmering all day, probably since about, I don't know, 1 something. And I've done 8 jars, pints. And this was the first set of jars. I don't know why every time I show my jars, everything comes through a little orangey on your side, but this is very, very vibrant red. But I have 8, and I'm hoping I can get another 8 with what's left in the pot. I have been hearing a lot about Miss. I like it. Um, Tia said it really wasn't her preference. She used a different one this year. But I like it. And I like the salsa one. I use that one as well, and the dill pickle one. Yeah, actually, I prefer that her dill pickle um, brine better than any other brine I've used for pickling. It's my it's my go-to. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling my next set of jars and get them into the canner. The canner is already warm. I kind of lifted the lid a little bit because it was getting a little too hot, and I could hear my jars rattling around in there. They're just in there. Let me move this for the moment. That's just my tea kettle. Um, they're just rattling around because it's hot in there. So, what did I do with?
So I got up this morning and started out with making tomato sauce, which is the same thing, same process. It just doesn't have, like, I like my pasta sauce chunky, a lot of vegetables and everything. This is just straight tomatoes. Seasoned it, salt, garlic, and a little bit of sugar. So this is my tomato sauce. Just tomatoes. And I got 6 quarts and 5 pints. And then what I use for them both are those big number 10 cans from Costco. So I used 3 cans of those. For the tomato sauce, it was only those, and then that was it. For the pasta sauce, I used those 3. I used 6 cans of Hunt's Fire Roasted, of course. And then I have peppers, celery, onions, mushrooms, garlic. Is that all I got? And tomato paste. So this is the pasta sauce. Kind of see where it's just more stuff in there compared to this one. But I just took this out the pressure canner. I pressure can my pasta sauce because I put so many vegetables in it that I'm not going by a approved recipe to water bath can it. So I have to pressure can it. The tomato sauce, where it's just straight tomatoes, I just put some citric acid in there, of course, and then I water bath can that. Those were beautiful women wrapping tomatoes this week, and I canned tomatoes for the first time. Nice.
Who is that?
Rambling Homemaker.
Awesome.
I love canning tomatoes, and I haven't canned any yet this year, so that'll be coming up definitely because I feel like I'm really running out downstairs. I used the store-bought tomatoes because I didn't want to use my canned tomatoes because I feel like I only got maybe five quarts down there. Mm-hmm. But I love canning tomatoes. Thank you, you grower. So I got my second batch getting ready. So I have my pressure canner filled with water. It's heating up. It's heating my jars up. I put the heat back on the last of my pasta sauce. And that's it. So I've already got 7 quarts of the pasta sauce, and I'm hoping to get another 7 out of that. I need to stir it before the bottom sticks. And Gina said she used Mrs. Wage seasoning. I had tried them once before. I didn't like it, but that was years and years ago. Maybe something has changed. But this time I used Azor standard spaghetti seasoning. I really like this. The smell equals spaghetti, first of all. But oh man, I'm gonna have to get more of this. I'm gonna get more of this.
All right.
Hey TT. Sent by OCD. Aw, thank you, Cassie's55. Thank you. Welcome to the channel.
Essence.
I'm nervous about pasta sauce because the last time I tried to make it, it was bitter. Put a little sugar in it. I know Gina and I were talking about that earlier, and I told her I only put a little bit of sugar in it if I'm getting just like that tomato acid taste. But she said she always put sugar in it because it cuts down on the acidity, period.
Yeah.
But yeah, try it with a little bit of sugar, because I did put sugar in the tomato sauce, but I think this was enough of a blend or something, even though I had way more tomatoes in the pasta sauce. Something with the seasoning cut all that acid bitterness out. It was perfect. Perfect. I remember the Azor. Thank you. Yes. I'm definitely gonna have to get some more because I really like that. And then I also got dried red bell peppers and dried green bell peppers from them. And I put some of these in here because we got the peppers from Costco, so they only had like the rainbow blend. So I had some green peppers and didn't have to chop them up or do anything. So I put them in there along with celery from Azor. And I filled up the jar, and with the rest of it, I made celery salt. I grind the celery down and put some salt in it. And
yeah, I didn't do salt in mine, but I do have some celery powder.
you know what? I'm not liking the salt. I'm just not a big celery salt.
That's why I didn't put salt in mine. I like celery.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of stuff, the flavor of celery, but I don't do a lot of salt.
Mm-hmm. That's what we looked it up, and it said 2 parts salt, 1 part celery. So that's what we did. And I was like,
yeah,
that's not my thing. Okay. My jars are rambling around in there.
So I filled them all to a 1/2 inch, leaving a 1/2 inch headspace at the top.
I'm trying. There we go.
Kind of debubbled a little bit. Uh-oh.
All right. I need to make sure this gets hot enough so I don't have any thermal shock. I'm gonna let that warm up just a little bit longer. So I don't know if y'all remember, but the last time we made spaghetti sauce, I did the same process. And I didn't let it warm up very well. Like, it got warm, but it wasn't hot, boiling. And I had thermal shock in both of my batches. So I just want to make sure this gets the boiling because those glasses are hot. Hey, Erica. What's up?
Hey, Erica.
You canning, Erica?
Erica outside in the tent.
Erica go in the house.
They camping out tonight.
Go in the house. Oh, why is one of my it sounded like it was over here popping, but I don't see any of them. I don't know what that was. I heard.
She says
Sound
she
like-
in the bed.
Oh, not in the tent. I'm gonna try to get 2 more jars, y'all. I'm trying to get 8 total.
She say Billy won't let me put up the tent.
Really? No, I'm not gonna get 8. I'm gonna get 7.
That's still good.
Yep. So I have 15 total.
And you're doing pints?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So I feel like I need to can more apple butter. I haven't gone through the jar that I opened initially, but every time I have it, it's just like, where has this been all my life? I love apple butter.
I haven't eaten any of mine.
I have some more this week. I finished off that apple spice bread. And I would warm that up and then put some apple butter over the top of it. And it was so good. It was so good. You done? So who else is canning out there?
Yes, who's good tonight?
It was good, Miss Cheryl. You grow, did you end up canning anything? Hi, Sandra. My daughter has been after me to do apple butter. Do it.
Yep, we'll have to do it again.
Mm-hmm. I like apple butter on a everything bagel. Really? I don't think I would have even thought to put the two together.
I don't like everything bagels because I don't like onion, and it has such a strong onion flavor to it to me.
I will eat a bagel, but I'm really not a fan of them. So they're not something I gravitate towards. I'll take a donut.
I don't.
I wanted to do canning, but I got a late start. So my sauce is in the roaster right now. Okay. It's not ready yet. You know what? That's half the work, just getting that sauce in there.
Just getting it, yep, getting those tomatoes cooked down.
Mm-hmm.
I got mine to a nice consistency, which I was shocked about. I was really concerned with the frozen tomatoes because they tend to hold all the water.
Yep.
But that's why I started them so early, and they cooked down to a nice thick sauce.
Good.
I should have tried one before I closed it up. That's my bad.
I feel like I had a good process this time. I used the immersion blender. I put all the tomatoes in there by themselves and then some rough chopped garlic. And I used the immersion blender to like break all of that down. Then I added my vegetables. And I feel like I like that consistency. I'm going to do that again.
I did, Erica. I've seen both ways. I
Uh-oh.
But you this
Gina, you're breaking
dang
up.
it. There I am. Am I back? Am I back?
You're back.
It should be back. Am I back now?
You're
Okay.
back.
Yeah. I don't know why every time I'm doing this live, it just wants to give me crap. But when you eat it, you're going to see the skins in your dishes, and I didn't like that. So this time I did take the skins off. I did not take the skins off the cherries. I did put some cherry tomatoes in there, not a lot of them. I had a few in a bag and some probably about a cup, maybe 2 cups. Yeah, maybe 2 cups of cherry tomatoes, and then I had a few grape tomatoes too, and I didn't take the skins off of those. I figured they're not going to be that much of an issue. Their skin is not as tough as like a Roma could be. What are you canning? Oh, I'm doing dill pickle. He's doing pickle relish. I said put the dill on there, and you didn't say dill.
Is
Pickle
that
relish.
Miles doing pickle
Mike
relish?
is. Yep, he's doing pickle relish and pasta sauce. Awesome.
Nice job, Mike.
I do like the seam as well, Mike.
Go ahead and hit the link and come on up, Mike.
Yep, I like the steam as well. I can my actually that black pot is actually a water bath canner. It's actually that. Um, but I'll use it to do other stuff. Like you saw, I cooked the pasta sauce in there. But it came with like the rack and everything for it. But yes, yum. I can see that garlic.
That's a mushroom.
Oh, that was mushroom.
That's mushroom.
Doing nothing, but I've been listening here. Work. Awesome, GT. How you doing?
PT.
He said he's taking notes.
Okay.
Listening while he's at work. But yes, and honestly, if you follow a ball recipe, you could water bath this. You could water bath your pasta sauce. Both of us kind of just winged it. I didn't measure anything. I just peeled all my tomatoes and threw them in the pot as I was peeling them, and let them cook down. And once they cooked down some, I blended them. Then I added the peppers and onions and garlic and basil and the other seeds, the Mrs. Wages, and I let it go. And then I did add a little bit of sugar. And I only add sugar, like I told Tia, I do that to cut the acidity. So for people who have issues with acid reflux, because tomatoes are very acidy, um, it helps. It helps with that. Where's Sandra? I didn't see Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Just Mike speaking to Sandra. Oh, hi, Sandra. I just bought that blender. Awesome. Like the immersion one. I didn't see you in here. Tia probably already saw you. You see Puppy. Yeah, he's in there. He's cut off because his sister is busy with folks. You should have told me I could have water bath the sauce. Yes, you can water bath it if you follow a ball recipe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could because tomatoes have a lot of acid. Anything that has acid or that you're adding acid, like if you're pickling, because vinegar is acid, um, can be water bath. Yeah. No acidity, pressure, acidity, water. Sweet potatoes, that would be a good one. That'd be a good one. We don't eat a lot of them in my house. but during the holidays I will make sweet potato. Hey, Liddy B. Yes, hi.
Hey,
City.
Leah.
Correct. Um, but I did grow sweet potatoes. I had a pretty good amount come up. I didn't get a lot of really big ones, but I got some decent ones at least to be able to cook up. I love the way you debubble that spaghetti sauce, Tia.
Huh?
She said Lydia said she loved the way you debubble
Thank
the
you,
spaghetti
Leah.
sauce. Right. You know what? And you would think you wouldn't need to because it's being a sauce, but you do. Because I definitely debubbled um, both of my batches. Or you'll see it when it cans up. You'll have like little air pockets. So I see some recipes add lemon juice. Yes, that's acid. Can I sub apple cider vinegar for lemon juice? What are you canning?
No. You either only thing you can really sub for store bought lemon juice is citric acid.
Because
Just
if
because
if it's what's that, Tia? What'd you
I was just
say?
going to say because the vinegar is going to take. I mean, I guess you could, but it's going to take away whatever flavor.
That's why I asked what you're canning. Because if it's calling for lemon juice, you probably don't want to put vinegar
Mm-hmm.
in it. What did we just can that we used? What did we can last week?
Salsa.
Yes, and we added
Now
citric
I
acid.
put a little bit of vinegar in my salsa,
Mm-hmm.
but it would need to go in each jar, and I wouldn't want that much vinegar in each jar.
Mm-hmm.
Like I put a little in the entire batch.
Yeah, but you did citric acid as well, didn't you?
Yes.
Because I remember that. Yeah. Vinegar will change the taste, right, Miss Felicia? That's why I was like, what are we canning? Because if it has for lemon, it's probably best to keep it on that end. But you can get a bottle of a thing of the citric acid. A little bit goes a long way. That thing lasts a long time. It's not like pectin. Like you'll run through some pectin. Yes, that right there that Tia has in her hand. It lasts for a while.
I got this last year.
I did too. I got mine last year too, and it's a lot still in it. Now I go through like containers and containers of pectin. I'm making a bunch of gems and jellies. So y'all just kidding all the things. We trying, Liddy B. You know how we do. Especially, now that I can do my own pasta sauce, I just don't want to buy it. Like, why? I don't want it. I don't want to do it. So I used the onions from my garden. I didn't use peppers for my garden because I didn't have any ready that were big enough that I haven't eaten already. So I did have to go buy bell peppers. But the onions came from my garden. I mean, from my garlic, from my garden.
I still got a little bit left in the bottom of the pot.
Yeah, even if you like the taste of it, what are you? No, I don't think you can with balsamic. I don't think it has enough acidity in it. But what are you making that called for lemon? Lemon juice. I didn't think so, Miss Felicia, because I have some. I think I have some balsamic. I would even when you're getting the apple cider and the other ones, you want to make sure your acidity is at a certain amount. You want to freeze the leftover.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I would just to be for the flavor, I would just stick with or either the lemon or the citric if it's asking for lemon. Make some cheese bread sticks for the sauce. Ooh, Lydia, go to bed. You know we trying to make changes in our life. Why would you mention something so delicious? And you know what? You know what I didn't do? Turn this back up. The same thing I did on my first batch.
Cheese breadsticks do sound good though.
Don't it though?
It do.
Oh, y'all, guess what I made this week? Video is coming. I did video it. In the bush is a big cleanup mess I made. Okay. Okay, Mike. Um, I made my watermelon jalapeno jam jelly. I got one sitting over here because I left it over there because I want to send it to my cousin. Um, it always looks orange, but it really is kind of like more pinky. It looks like watermelon. It looks like watermelon. Um, but let me see if y'all can see like the little specks of peppers in there. Can you see that? There they go.
Mhm.
The green and the red.
There they go.
So I had what's in here because it's not even just jalapenos.
Angela
This
said
time
she been wanting to make that.
listen, it's so good to me. So good. It tastes like to me, it just tastes like the watermelon that comes through from it. It's like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, and then it has like a little heat to it. So I used jalapenos from the garden. All my peppers came from the garden. I used I had some that had turned red, so I used the red and the green, and then I put one ghost pepper in here, just one. However, I did not deseed the ghost pepper, so the seeds are in there as well. On my jalapenos, I put like a couple in there with the seeds, and the rest of them I took the seeds out. I didn't want to overkill with the heat. I just want to have a nice little heat to it, but still have a good flavor. And I tasted it before I canned it, and it was amazing.
Mhm. Miss Felicia said it depends on the recipe. If the lemons is for the flavor, you can it with the change it with the lemon. Is that if the lemon is for acidity, you can substitute it with citric acid. Be careful with this. I completely co-sign Miss Felicia. If it's just in there for flavor, then yeah, go for the apple cider vinegar or whatever vinegar. And I'm a vinegar girl. Don't get me wrong. My water has vinegar in it. I drink apple cider vinegar canned shots. I'm a vinegar girl. But if it says you're doing it for the acid, then you need to just do the citric acid or the store-bought lemon. And store-bought lemon juice, not I'm gonna squeeze my own lemon. But what's the recipe, Mike? Why are you being so secretive?
Right, and what you're making,
Oh, I can tell.
we want to know. And y'all, look, since I'm sitting right here, I actually had y'all over on my other counter, but my signal was just too weak, so I had to move you. So that's why I'm kind of awkward of where
Them
I'm
two
sitting.
extra feet took the Wi-Fi out. Just
This is the another watermelon from my
look
garden.
at that. Look at that.
I
You
grew
gotta
this,
hug it.
y'all. I grew this. It came from my yard, so it's not that big as it looks. It was seven. It's not small. I mean, but it's 17 pounds.
It's not. It looks
So,
big.
most of the folks who were in the watermelon wars beat me out the water. I didn't get very big. I didn't get a really big one this year, y'all. But our weather in Ohio just was not getting consistent. It wasn't. We just didn't really have a hot summer. We really
I went out to the garden today, and I have a melon coming,
didn't. Mm-hmm.
and this thing, whatever it is,
Squash. Spaghetti squash.
I don't remember planting spaghetti squash, but okay.
Oh.
I have no idea what I think it's the spaghetti squash, but Marcus was like, well, should it be more yellow? And I said, well, when I went out there, that vine looked dead. So,
And it could have turned more if it was on longer.
mm-hmm.
Who knows?
And I was like, I don't want it to go bad because the vine is dead. So,
Yes.
and there's some peppers out there. But yeah, I got a melon, a mystery melon out there. First melon ever. I ain't been out in that garden for 2 weeks.
It's not pumpkin. That didn't look like a pumpkin.
I don't think it's a pumpkin. I think it's a spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
I think it's spaghetti. It's just.
And I still have peppers out there. I'm gonna try to make some hot sauce too, y'all. I need to look a little bit more into the steps in doing so. I grew Tabasco peppers this year. I got a fully loaded plant of Tabasco peppers. It's still fully loaded. I've harvested some, but it's still fully loaded. My cayenne didn't do as well this year. I grew cayenne as well because I wanted to do a cayenne hot sauce and a Tabasco one. But I'm gonna do the Tabasco for sure. That thick stem looks like some type of my squash has thick stems like that.
And it's got little spikes all on it. I don't ever remember spaghetti squash having spikes all on the stem. That's why I'm not picking it up by it. I'm like, I
don't know if I had spikes on it, but these yellow, what are these called? Honey nut
nuts, Cheerios.
Squash. Right. And it does have little spikies on it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, like pricklies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
I've never grown one. I've only gotten them from the store. So maybe at the store they do something with them.
I couldn't just pull these from the stem. I had to actually cut it, and it wasn't even an easy snip. It was like I had to work it. It's thick.
I had to cut it, and then I didn't have my gloves. So you can still kind of see it. I carried it in the house because I put the little thingy, I don't know, the knife thing in there, the scissors, and I carried it in. So that's how thick it is.
Yeah. And now I think they're like that because these are winter squash, so they can be stored up to several months before they would go bad. But has anybody in the chat had honey nut? Yes, honey nut squash.
I would have looked at that and just been like, that's some type of gourd. Just it's decoration.
First of all, this is what happened. This is how I ended up with these seeds. I thought I was buying delicata squash seeds. And when I got home and I was looking at it, I was like, this ain't delicata squash. I think I saw delicata and grabbed the wrong thing. So I was like, well, I'll grow it and try it. And it's similar to me, what's the other squash that kind of grows like this? Have you ever tasted that one? I have not.
That's what I want. She got the big old thing.
I will definitely share when I do.
Yes.
But no, I have not. However, Jay sent me, Juicing with Jay sent me kombucha squash like earlier in the summer. And it was really good. And he sent me another one when he sent the dragon fruit. So, and I literally it's not that big, but you get a lot out of it. Seed package sounds good. I know. Do you have seeds for that squash, GT? If you don't, I can send you some.
I want you to taste it first, and then if you like it, if you like it and you think I would like it, can you send me some seeds?
I think you'll like the kombucha squash.
Really?
This is the thing. Just know this. If you grow it, you know how much I fussed about that plant, right? It has a takeover spirit. GT, be listening to what I'm saying. I grew that in a 4x4. It was really outside of it. The only thing that was in that bed was that, a shishito pepper plant, and some onions. That plant grew throughout that bed. It's very viney. It went from there. It came all the way across to where my tomato bed was, which is not connected. It's further away. And then it came all the way into my yard that way. Then it also came across into the other bed that's next to it. Then it also went back into my watermelon bed and then along the fence line and then find all the way up onto my other planters. And I have two of them that are like hanging on there. And I just left it. I mean, they're actually really big too. They're bigger than those that I've already harvested. But yeah, so it has a takeover spirit. So if you grow it, just know that it's to me more viney than watermelon.
Wow.
And the leaves are huge. Like they are like 2-hand huge. All over. All over. I was not pleased.
I never really liked squash until we tried that delicata, and I want some. I wish I had some right now.
So what I've learned with the squash plants, because I grew squash in several places in the garden, and places where they had lots of room, they took off. So that one I showed you today, the delicata one, it has like 9 delicata squash on it. And I've actually harvested one off of that plant. So it produced 10. It's in one of those cement mixing containers, guys, that you can get, that you could drill holes in and grow stuff out of, that you get at Lowe's and Home Depot or whatever. And it's growing much like that honey nut one grew. It's like everywhere, but I want delicata squash. So that's the difference. I've never tasted this other one, and it had the takeover spirit, and I'm like, sir, I don't even know if I'm gonna like you. Like, why are you growing everywhere? Why are you everywhere? But if I like it, then it'll be all worth it. I won't grow it again.
You like it, it's well worth it.
Yeah. I won't do it again. If I do it again, it'll be a season that I don't plan on growing a lot of stuff, and I can just let it go crazy.
How do you even cook it? Cook it up?
I think like any other squash, you would chop, cut it up, probably slice it in half, take all your seeds out, probably just season it up. Now how, I don't know. There's people, I've already looked at videos, there's people growing it on YouTube because
you're gonna find it. You're gonna find them.
Yep.
With the delicata, I cut it in half, and we don't eat the skin. Right. But I've seen recipes where you can eat it, and I've even heard people talk about it. They're like, "Well, it's a more tender skin," and they just basically like sliced it and cooked it that way or roasted it that way.
Okay.
Man, I want some. I had 5 delicata plants. Only one of them produced fruit. And I think altogether, only 4 were pollinated and came through and everything. But they ended up like going bad on. And then I had the vine borers really bad, but they all ended up going bad on the stem and I brought one in the house, but it was by the sink, and I think some water got on it or something from the sink. Because next thing I know, it was like all molded and stuff. So I pitched it. So I got 0. I started with 5 plants and got 0.
I will tell you, I think the reason I'm doing so good with it is because the first couple times I dropped seeds, I didn't get anything. And so I grew that. That's a late plant. And so the vine borers were gone because they got my patty pan before it even produced. It had one baby patty pan on there, and the plant had already had a vine borer in it, and it killed everything. So it never got big. And then I had 2 patty pans. It got both. I had two yellow zucchini. It got those. The only thing it didn't get was that honey nut, which is interesting because that wasn't that late of a plant, but it did not get that plant, and it didn't get this delicata one, either of my delicata ones, because I grew those. I just didn't give up on growing it. I was like, I want delicata squash, so I kept dropping seeds until I finally got them to germinate. Hey, Philip.
Say hi to your TT.
Hey, Philip. Kodak, you better look at me. What you doing? What you doing? Oh, good boy. You're always such a good boy.
You want a treat? That's what you want. You want a treat? What you say? What you say? Huh? What?
Tell her.
What you say? What? What? I can't hear you. What? Huh? Good boy. I gotta break it.
He is a good boy.
Say thank you. Say thank you, Gina.
Yes, he's a good boy. Yeah, I can hear the water dripping as it comes through the little thing.
Got me looking at the chat for Philip.
Yes.
He's stuck in here with me today. Gina, I just put the weight on mine. Where are you at with yours?
You know, I can hear it.
I thought we had the sweet spot.
But I did. So this is what happened. When I finished that batch, I had to move it off of there because if I didn't, it wasn't going to come down. And I was here when it was time to start this. So, but I feel like it's still there because I can hear it getting to pressure. Yeah, y'all know the ones who have been here before. I know some of y'all haven't, but I be struggling, like it's like a sweet spot on my stove where it gets the heat that it needs to come to pressure. If it's not in that sweet spot, it takes forever. But I think I am a little off on my sweet spot. I am.
Don't adjust it.
A little.
I told her to put marks around it.
Yes, I think it was like right here. Oh, and sorry, it still ain't up. I still didn't have it turned up. I turned it up some, but I tried to do it in increments and I forgot. So it's about to do it.
So when I'm trying to get it to vent, I turn it all the way up. But once it starts venting, I turn it down a little bit because I don't want all my water to boil out. And then I put my weight on. Then I turn it back up because I want it to come to pressure. And then I turn it down once it starts rocking.
Yep, same thing. Can you hear it? It's getting there.
Is it mine? I feel like mine about to start rocking. I can hear it's starting to sound different. So for those that don't know with the pressure canning, after you put your lid in and you lock it, you don't put your weight on yet. That little valve at the top is your vent, and once it starts to vent, it needs to be a steady stream of steam for 10 minutes.
Then you put your weight on. Then once it starts rocking, or once, if you're using your gauge, once it gets to your pounds per pressure, then you start your timer. So you'll start to hear mine go off here soon. I'm gonna get a little close so you can see it rock.
I can hear mine getting there because I hear all that water fussing out the vent.
So here it is.
There's so much of it, y'all. Trying to spit out.
That Gatorade look weird, but
all kind of ways. It's going this way, that way. Does yours do that too?
what?
Where the moisture spits out the vent?
That, especially like not the black emergency one, the other side.
Oh, yeah, the other one.
Oh, that thing! I just get like a towel and I just lay it
That's
up
what I
there.
do. It just kind of dab it because it be going. I can hear it. Like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It be going all over the place.
Miss Felicia, are you still in the room?
I not trying to get it without getting myself spittled.
Be careful.
But yeah, it's getting there, y'all. Oh, she said yes. She's still here.
I was going to tell you, I finally got up to go into the craft room last night, and Mimi was in there watching my TV, working on my laptop, eating some snacks.
Oh,
I was like, wait.
she was like this hour craft room. That's what she said.
I was like, she's like, well, I got to finish doing this. She's trying to get her little business going. And she's been using my laptop since it's connected to the printer instead of her own. So I just laid back down and went to bed. But I did get up. I got up because I texted me and Miss Felicia was texting, and I told her, I was like, I need to go do my budget. So
Yes.
I went in there to do it, but she was at my desk.
See.
But I'm planning on it tomorrow. Don't have much going on tomorrow. I want to get in the craft room, get my planner, get my budget out. You finished the bag, sewed in the lining.
What and what and what? How dare?
Why? Why?
How?
Just did she call you too, Gina? We just got a phone call, y'all. Any excuse, get that budget done. I am gonna get it done. Gina on the phone, y'all. But we did go to Joann's today. I'm trying to try something new with the sublimation. So I'm gonna got a couple more shirts there today, and some like special paper that I need, and a strap. Mimi is an esthetician, and she has like a traveling massage bed, and the bag that it comes with is like awkward. So she wanted me to throw some straps on it. What business is Mimi doing? So her esthetician stuff. So facials. She's got someone in the back now. She's doing their makeup. She already did another person's makeup today. So facials, makeup, massages, waxing. I always get her to wax me. Trying to think what else she does. She can do acne treatments. She's got it set up really nice in there. She's got it set up nice. But she was like, I think she was trying to figure out her business cards. So that's what she was doing yesterday. My thing still hasn't started yet.
And mine still is coming to pressure, but it's a bit like water.
I turned it down.
Let me see if I need to. I can hear it like it's getting there.
There we go.
Try to adjust it some.
So yeah, now my craft room is kind of like Mimi's office. I gave her some of my shelves and a little space so she can just get stuff like out the living room and stuff. So she's been in there too. I thought that was my backup phone. All right, so it's starting to rock. You guys can see it. And I am doing quartz, so I need to go for 25 minutes. It's 10:04.
So mine just popped. Well, my valve just popped.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 10 minutes.
Okay.
What business is Mimi doing? She's doing oh, did you already answer that? What business is Mimi doing? Oh, okay.
Her mama can make cards. I can't, but she's doing double-sided, and I have business cards, but mine are double-sided because one is like TT's Treasures, and the other side is TT's Urban Pantry. And I don't know, it must be my printer, but it doesn't flip the paper the right way, and it doesn't line up. So I went and had mine made instead of doing it myself because I was going through too much ink. And this morning she came and told me, she was like, the printer's not doing it right for the double-sided for the cards. And I was like, oh, I don't know how to do double-sided. The printer doesn't flip it the right way. Printer's Walmart, like $30.
Yeah.
If you want them double-sided, you're going to have to go get them made, or we can do one-sided and come up with an alternative for what you want the other side to say. So I left it in her hands. She hasn't responded yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is rocking. I had to turn it on full blast. I just walked over there and turned it down to like 8. I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to keep turning it down to probably 2, but a little bit at a time.
Yep.
You can't just
I think this is my best batch that I've made thus far. And this is my 3rd time doing pasta sauce, but I think this is the best batch I've done so far.
Because you use fresh tomatoes?
No, because I've done that before. I think because I let it cook down to get to the right consistency. That's what makes it the best for me, the consistency of the sauce. Because the last one I did, it was pretty good, but it was still a little watery than I would like. It wasn't as thick as I would have liked. It wasn't like real watery, but it was just not as thick as I would have liked. This one came out more consistent with a nice hearty pasta sauce. You know.
I agree. I think I like this consistency the best. And I think it was really just, at least for me, because I still like it chunky, it was blending the tomatoes down so the tomatoes are more consistent. That way I don't have like chunks
of tomatoes, which is
Yeah.
what I used to always have.
Yeah.
But I still
Yeah.
got my chunky vegetables and stuff in there.
Yeah. I think starting it so early and allowing it to just kind of simmer on the stove all day, let that cook
Yep.
out. I didn't keep, I took the lid off because I noticed that earlier when I was checking it, like an hour after I had it on there, it was still it wasn't cooking it out. So I took the lid off so that that water would just cook down from the tomatoes.
So when I did the tomato sauce this morning, like I said, I got up and did it. It was shortly after you left your voice messages. So that's how early it was. But we left the house and I did not want to leave it uncovered because of Philip.
Yeah.
So I covered it up and we went to Costco with my mom, Joanne, Kohl's, and I think we went one other place. And when we were coming home, Marcus was like, go check your sauce. And I was like, can you smell it? And he was like, yeah, it's burnt. Which I didn't understand how, because I had it on the very lowest setting. But I think because I put the top on it, where it boiled over at was burning. That was giving the smell, not the sauce. But yeah, I couldn't leave the top off of it.
Yeah. And Lydia was having problems. She said it wasn't letting her chat. And it wouldn't let her join the stream either. So she was restarting her phone.
That's weird.
Yeah. But even when I was talking to her, it sounded really low. Like I could barely hear her. And I was like, yeah, you need to restart your phone. It might be the phone. So yeah. Rambling Homemaker, I don't know if you're still in here. Yes. Lydia was drinking out of hers today. Yes. But if you should definitely do that watermelon jelly. Even if you don't do a hot version, like a steamed hot version with the watermelon jelly, it's so good.
She's not over exaggerating.
It's good. And this time though, my watermelon was a little more meatier. So I did strain it. I didn't have to strain it last season. I was just able to blend it and put it into the pot and cook it, warm it up, and add all my stuff to it. But this year I did drain a lot of that meatiness from the juice. Sandra, you're going to do the hot. It's good. It's not like an overpowering heat. And last season I had it on wings. I would make wings and melt a little bit of it and toss it in the wings. I did it on meatballs. I cooked the meatballs and then they were actually the vegan meatballs, but still you could do it with regular ones too.
So then they're not meatballs, they're just veggie balls?
Veggie balls, yeah. But it was delicious. It was so good. Hey, Philip. Aww. Where's your brother? Where is he?
On his bed being a good boy.
Whatever. I know. She tried it. Give her that look. Give her the look. I can't keep the pepper jelly on, so I know the watermelon got to be hot. Yes.
Yep.
I love the pepper jelly as well. And with my pepper jelly, I do put a little bit more hot than most recipes call for. I don't put a whole lot, but I do put more. I probably double the amount because I think they usually do like 3 or 4 cups of sweet, and then
Mm-hmm.
like not even a cup, like maybe like a
Of the
half a cup of
jalapeno.
hot the jalapeno, and I double that easily. And I don't just
Maybe
do jalapeno. I take whatever's coming out of my garden.
I was gonna say maybe you try some of your ghost pepper flakes.
Oh, I'm not doing them flakes. I can't even breathe them.
I did put some flakes into my pasta sauce.
Oh no, my family would be like, "Oh, it's hot." It could be. They don't do no hot.
It's not
Hey,
enough to do
trust
anything.
me,
It's not enough to do
trust me.
anything.
I feel you, but they would swear. So I just added to my dishes.
I did.
But yeah, I
'Cause
did
I had
add it
put
to
that
my.
azure stuff in there, and I put some garlic. And Marcus is big on you need to salt to bring out the flavor.
Yeah,
Not salting for taste. I'm salting to bring out the flavor. So I put some salt on it, and then I put a little bit of flakes in it.
now I did add some of the scorpion ghost to this.
That's what you do. You just keep adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you I got more Thai chilies up there.
So this has so many. This has Scotch bonnet, jalapeno, habanero, serrano, ghost.
So when I was out in the garden today, I saw
Not
that
scorpion, Carolina Reaper.
the paprika peppers that Miss Felicia
Uh-huh.
gave me, they are maybe about that big. Um, but then I also saw that the Carolina Reaper had a lot of red peppers on there. I'm scared, y'all. I don't want to mess with them. I walk right by them like, oh, I see you. I see you, see me. But I'm going to keep walking.
See, I would be picking them and ready. I
Really?
took that out, yeah, because I did put Carolina Reapers in there, the ones that I got from Psalms.
I think most of it is I saw that worm in there and I don't.
Oh, so you're worried about that part. I thought you were worried
Well,
about
I mean, that's where it was. And I mean, it could have contaminated all of them. So,
No, it didn't. Tia is growing a Reaper.
someone
I'm not,
gave it to me.
but I
It
will
wasn't my
next year.
choice. I wanted Scotch bonnets,
My
and
Scotch
none of
bonnet
them
showed
came
out
up.
2 years in a row. Last year they showed out, and this year they showed out.
But I found this. I found this, y'all.
Oh, where'd you get that
Kroger.
at? Okay. Have you haven't opened it, have you? I don't eat it raw, GT. With my Scotch bonnets, I do like a lot of island dishes, so mostly Jamaican. So I will throw one into like my curry or like jerk or whatever.
But are you throwing it whole in there?
Hmm. That's what they do. They don't leave it though. They let
Try
it.
it on cam. No, thanks. I'm good. Thanks, though.
Oh no, I don't typically just eat them. Hey, M Brown, how are you?
That's
Um,
Marcus.
it's still M Brown. I forgot that
Are
was
you going
Marcus.
to eat the Reaper? No, GT, absolutely not. I'm gonna grind it up and put it into the hot pepper powder I already
That's
have.
the way I would eat it. Like it doesn't. It's not, and I don't de-seed them when I dehydrate. The seeds
Oh
and
no.
everything are in
Mm-mm.
there,
Mm-mm.
but I can tolerate it that way. I don't really want my mouth to be like just on fire for no reason. I want it. I want good. I like the heat, but I like
Yeah,
a flavorful meal
yeah.
that has heat with it. So most curries that I find are not spicy. I do like my curry spicy, so I will typically add some of that to my curries.
some of your pepper powder.
Hmm. I will also add it to stuff like my pasta when I make my plate. I will add it to my pasta. So I'll add it to spaghetti. I'll add it to lasagna. I'll sprinkle a little bit
I
on
feel like
top.
it doesn't, I've never been like, ooh, I feel the heat from it,
I
Like
feel
I have,
it doesn't make my nose sniffle type of heat, but I
no.
do taste a little spice. That's why I like it.
I do put red pepper flakes, store-bought red pepper flakes in my Italian seasoning.
Those ain't hot.
Exactly.
And I didn't know that until I started doing my own.
Me
I had a
too.
huge bottle of the store bought one from before I started growing my own because I do like those as well, but they're not
They're
really hot.
not. They're
They're
not at all. It's just it's a garnish. It's just colorful. It's
not. I
pretty.
wasn't keeping y'all eye on me. I should have already had my thing on there 4 minutes ago.
I have
I
10
have
minutes
this
left to go.
container.
You
And
have seeds from it all. Yes. 10 minutes left to go.
And look at this, y'all. This is how you know too. Like, what are we really eating? Now, y'all see the uniformity in these flakes. They look like flat, and they're just different colors. You can see some seeds, but it just looks very uniform and weird to that point. Because literally, I dehydrated peppers, and then and I blend them. I pulse them to get it to break up into small flakes, and they don't look uniform. Do them flakes look?
No, mine either.
Just it made me
I
start
got
thinking like,
I got big pieces in here
and they all shiny. Like, why are they so shiny? This ain't shiny. I know, y'all. I know. I say seeds from all. I got so much powder. Listen, Mike, I don't powder mine though. I like to flake them. I mean, it does get a little bit of powdery when I'm doing it, but I prefer the flakes. I don't know
I was
why.
like, what are you trying to say, Mike? I don't know. Use the seeds, not the flesh. You gotta use it all.
Oh, he said the company uses seeds, not the flesh. Is that what he's saying?
Mm-hmm.
But why? No, it's got to be more than seeds in there because what's the red parts? Let me see what it says on the container. Grown in India, crushed red pepper adds a hot, spicy taste to wonderful accent.
But it doesn't.
It is a wonderful accent to stir fry, pizza, pasta dishes. So it claims that it's just but it don't say like
I'm examining mine. Hi, Kenyatta. How you doing?
it doesn't say from what pepper. Who? Hell, Kenyatta. Hey, how was the woods? Was that today? Yeah, it was a short. I saw it. How was the woods? Did you find anything? Did you find any interesting things? Maybe some foraging you did, finding maybe some fruit or listen. When I was walking today, I noticed I pay attention to the plants a lot because it's kind of woody, but it's not. It looks woody along the side, but there's like a little stream of.
I would be paying attention to what might jump out of them plants.
It's not really woods. It's just like it just looks like it because it's so many trees and stuff. But I was noticing like plants. They actually had some new ones that they were growing on the other side of the walkway. Trees, and one had fruit on it. I almost went and read the tag to see what it was because they're so new. They still have the little thing on there that you would get from the store. But I was like, no, I ain't gonna go be nosy because I might step in dog poop because people be walking their dogs and letting them poop in the grass.
I'd be like, some bear might jump out. No, ma'am. Nope.
I am. It could be, but they just look a little too uniform to me. I'm just saying.
And they don't have cayenne heat. I don't think cayenne is blow you out the water, but I can get some cayenne heat. I just never tasted heat with store-bought flakes.
Cayenne pepper is mostly seeds once dried. Okay. I do have a few cayenne. I did get some. Actually, as I'm sitting here, you can't see that it is because the pots are there. But my oven is on because I have peppers in there drying out. And there are some cayenne in there. I have some cayenne, my poblanos produced pretty well. My shishitos did well. I did some banana, some hot bananas well. The ghost pepper plant did well. We always look at the plants my daughter makes our medicines. Awesome. Do you do content, Sandra? Do you do content?
Because you should.
Because if you do, I'm be coming over there. Listen, I'm always trying to learn more about that, like the things that we can grow or forage for that have health benefits. Do you do YouTube videos? Or you're a content creator?
I noticed over by my work, it was never there before, but over by my work, I think they got some goldenrod growing. And I think I'm gonna go snatch some up.
Yep. Darn, Sandra. But yes, I am always trying to, and goldenrod is a good one. I'm always paying attention to what I see growing in
mushrooms.
I'm going to make a tincture.
I haven't that.
I haven't either.
Turkey tail mushroom. Now I'm gonna go look it up.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a whole line.
I know, Sandra. That's why I would love to learn more about that.
I've seen it. There's some house in my neighborhood that has it, but I don't know who they are. But I was looking at them too. Like, I need to go knock on their door and be like, "Can I get that? Let me get that goldenrod."
It's usually, you grow road. I see it a lot. Not here along the road, but when I was coming home from South Carolina, it was everywhere along the road. And Lydia was like, "Don't you stop over and pull over and get none of that. You're going to get chewed up by an alligator."
I found some. We were at IHOP once, and it was close to the highway. And I found some, and I pulled my knife out and grabbed it, but I ended up leaving it in the back seat of the car and never did anything with it. Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I don't know enough to really feel confident in identifying them myself.
There is a lot of content creators who teach about that though. The one I follow on Instagram, she's called the Black Forager or something.
Oh yeah, I like her.
And she tells you, she'll even show you when she's out there. Sometimes she'll see both the one that's the one you want to harvest and the one that you don't, and she'll show you what the differences are.
What I need content on is organizing my spice cabinet. I ain't got no room.
Now, what my thing is, when I'm sitting on the other side,
I see it on your refrigerator.
Yes, I had to get those. That's just recent. I got those about a month ago because I didn't have the room. And this cabinet right here, the big one right there, that's spices. There's nothing but spices in there. Or not just spices. The second shelf has the Worcestershire, the
Right.
soy sauce, and stuff like that. So that's all still seasoning.
I usually keep them in the cabinet. That way they're not in direct sunlight or anything. But this cabinet over here closer to the sink is my spice. But I think I might move that to the one that's closer to the stove because it's bigger.
Yeah.
And then that is just like rice and noodles and just
Mhm.
that we don't really use. We just keep packing it in there. So I'm like, I can take that and put it somewhere else and move my spices there.
But what's
I need room.
This is spices. I have the 3 things on the fridge that now have spices on them. I have the spice rack that's on the counter here that's stair steps. You can see those spices in the view.
Mhm.
And this drawer is spices.
I have spices here on the counter. I gotta do something with them because they are out in the sunlight, and I usually don't leave them out in the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
My time's up.
Mine just started rocking, y'all. I don't know if you can hear it or see it, but it is rocking.
I just touched that.
All this, listen, you go. And now I'm all about trying to do my own.
Hey,
so there's that.
That exactly.
Hey, Analytic.
I try to do my own, and I have so much. Yeah. Now Marcus has even started doing his own, and we need space.
Yep. I did some garlic this year, some garlic powder from my garden. I dehydrated the garlic and made my own garlic powder. And y'all, even that looks significantly different. Hey, baby.
It does.
It does. It's like very darker.
Mm-hmm. And potent. You don't need to use as much.
Exactly.
Y'all, I burned my fingers. I'll be right back.
And I usually get it in a bigger container, but there's the store-bought, and then there's mine. You see how much darker mine is? And like Tia said, you don't use as much. So I really like making my own. I have celery that I dehydrated, made my own celery powder. And stevia, I dehydrated, made my own powder. And that might be it. That might be it. Last year I did onions. I wish I would have thought, but I wish I would have done it this year because I took the tops off of my onions. And you know how your onions are growing, but they're not ready, but you got a bunch of tops, the green tops. I cut a lot of those off, dehydrated them, and made an onion powder. Y'all, I don't like onions. It's a texture thing for me, not the flavor itself. That onion powder was so freaking good that I was darn near like scraping the jar I had it in to get all of it.
What I will sometimes do is like I'll have my regular onion powder, but I'll also get some red onion and dehydrate it because then it's like a purple powder and it's just really pretty.
Yeah, I can see that. I need to get outside and harvest a bunch of herbs for the dehydrator. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that tomorrow. Next year, I think herbs are going to be a big concentration for me, growing wise, because I noticed that some stuff I'm just growing just to grow. and I don't probably need to grow so much of it. So I really want to grow more herbs so I can preserve it. But who was that? G Mama sent me some comfrey, y'all, and that comfrey is so big. I need to like separate some out and put it in different places because it's so good for you, beneficial for your soil and everything. But it is so big. I have it in two places, and both places the plant is huge.
I did a lot of different herbs this year, but the only thing that I ended up harvesting was the basil. I got so much basil, and I did do a video. I don't know where that video is, but I did a video.
See,
It's on that phone somewhere.
you have a lot of lemongrass. I've never grown that one. I've grown lemon balm. I tried to. I didn't grow it. I tried to.
I might have, like, it's that big. All summer it got that big of lemon balm.
Hey, Mama Shirley, just came home from a cookout. You always out.
You always out living your best life.
It is. I
I'm
don't
with
have
you.
any herbs this summer. Yeah, me neither. I had none. All I have out there that I would still dehydrate some of my celery did very well. And I grew my celery from seed. It was the first time I ever got celery to germinate. And I have a bunch of it out there. I'm excited. Because I've never been able to get it to germinate. And this year,
I'm not buying, growing no celery.
I did. I grew, it's the tall celery, I think it was called. But I did.
Only time I feel like I ever do celery is like if I'm doing a soup or something.
Hmm. I just wanted to have the powder on hand because I can add that to like soups and stuff. So like if it's a time that I just don't have any celery, I can still get the flavor. Because I've had times where I wanted to make something and I was like, God darn it, I thought I had some and I don't.
I've never been like, needs more celery.
Oh yeah, I love the flavor celery gives stuff.
I
I have to have the
never.
trio. I have to have the trio when I'm doing like a soup or something.
I mean, I do it, but it's not like, I taste that celery. I don't
Yes,
taste it.
yes, you do. You don't know it. You do. Ooh, chocolate mint. Ooh.
Nice. I think I tried to grow that once and had no success.
Yeah, now mint itself I've grown. Just I think I have peppermint out there, and that mess. And it's from seed. Mint don't play. I
Yeah.
never had a problem growing mint, but I've never had different varieties. I've just had that peppermint. Now I am growing a herb then. I forgot I had that one out there. I do have mint out there, and it's huge. It's huge.
My herb
And
bed.
last year was the same way. It was huge.
Yeah, how was the cookout, Miss Shirley?
Y'all, it's a fly in here. That's not gonna work. I just saw it fly by me. I don't like flies, y'all.
So you heard me say I burned my hand, right? Look at my fingers.
Oh, good.
Look. Like I had to cake it on. Like I've been sitting here doing this. Because my fingertips. Because I turned the pressure canner and I wasn't paying any attention and grabbed it. It's hot, y'all.
Yeah.
It feel better though. I'm good. I got this cream cake though.
Let me turn this down some. It's rocking really good.
What is your time looking like?
I still got 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Okay. 51. I hear mine. They're just bubbling away, boiling
Yeah.
away.
Right. Well.
Miss Felicia said canning is dangerous. So I'm really bad. Like I'll go to like Google or Yahoo or something and I'll just read the headlines and scroll until I get done and I'm done. But they said something like outbreak or case of botulism killed one, others in the hospital. So I clicked on it. But I guess somewhere in the south of France, there was this bar or restaurant and they canned their own sardines and people got sick from them. Someone did die from it. And I think like 12 people got sick from it. And whatever authority they had in the south of France said something like, if you ate at the restaurant between here and here, and experiencing any of these symptoms, you need to, report to the hospital or call your doctor or something. But I was like, dang.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
knew what you were talking about, Miss Felicia. I started laughing because I saw you tell her to fill out an incident report. She's like, no, burn fingers. That's what she's like, that part is dangerous. That's why I'm scared to crank mine up. No, don't be afraid.
No, I wasn't paying no
They probably
attention.
weren't canning properly. They probably tried to do it in a way that, because everybody doesn't use canners. Like, there's a lot of Mennonites who use their ovens because they've always have, so they traditionally feel like it's safe because they've never had any problem with that, which it could be. But it's just and what how you do it. If it's something, I feel like if it's something you're not familiar with, then I will follow like the ball guidelines.
And I feel like from what I've seen, which is still very limited, but from the limited exposure that I've seen, like the canning guidelines are really like a US thing, like the USDA. Whereas overseas in the different countries and everything, they don't. Hey, vehicle girl. They don't have those same guidelines. So, like, I've seen people can stuff. I'm like, no, ma'am. On YouTube, like, I mean, it looks good. It looks very pretty, but like that don't even make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did it while we've been here at GT.
Oh yeah, I did it when I walked back there and moved that. That was just like I said. I moved it and I moved my hand and thought I was grabbing the knob and wasn't no knob there.
What was that? Oh,
Mimi Scare Kodak. That was pretty. I like the bronzer. That's pretty. Did you do a time lapse?
Yeah, but it stopped recording halfway through.
Sometimes they will, depending on how much space you have. You want to show people?
I got good space. You show them what?
Show them the time lapse of him, since you got that start
I
to
want to
finish.
see it, Mimi.
I don't know, Mom.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, it restarted.
Go ahead. This is
Awesome, Mama Shirley. Listen, use that produce that you got.
I like you doing the time lapse. You don't have to
Yeah.
do any editing with it.
Yes. And of the finished product, slowing it down so they can actually just
Oh
see that.
yeah. At the end, like the very end, see if you can slow it down.
Here's the end.
I like it. Oh, that's cute.
She's feeling herself.
She look, and is.
Yeah, because I did a good job.
She said, "Yeah, because I did a good job." Cool, TT daughter.
Daddy, gonna make us one? Here. What?
I took some sliced yellow tomatoes, and they were a big hit. All gone.
We about to
Nice.
go get tacos.
From where? Picked out.
The taco place?
And nothing tastes better than fresh grown.
What taco place?
The one by your word.
The big burrito place?
Yeah.
You gonna bring me a big burrito?
Mom! The burrito's not that big no more, Mom. You saw them the last few times we got them. They're not.
I don't remember.
They're like this big.
Fine, Mimi, don't bring me anything back.
You want tacos?
No.
Fine, I'll get a burrito.
You better see if Marcus want one. Okay, you money. Bye. Clean up your stuff in there first.
I know.
Out here it going.
Not much longer to go.
Nope.
Mine is still hot. I hear it bubbling. She left you in here. Everybody else get to wander around but you. You'll be all right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So I think next week, I'm gonna take a look at that fire cider and that sauerkraut
Oh yeah.
and see how that is, how that's going. I think they'll be done. They'll both be done. I just need to strain them.
Thank you, Mama Shirley. I just had like little bangy pieces pulled out. And I honestly just did it for the live. I didn't wear it to work that way. I was messing with it before the live, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna put it, leave it like this.
GT talking to you, Gina.
So
That's a no, GT.
Yes and no. I don't know. GT. I thought about it. I honestly listen. I have caught myself looking at property. 'Cause I follow realtor.com. So they every time something pops up, I get a message, something new. And I'm like, because I just feel like my yard is not big enough for all the things that I want to do. But I like my house. So there's
Yeah.
that. I love my neighborhood. There's really that. Because, I could be in another neighborhood, somebody be nosy and have a whole fit that I have a huge garden and chickens. I wouldn't have that problem here. My husband's like, he always says, like, we're not doing anything with the yard, so why is that? I'm like, but my grandson comes over sometimes. I want him to have somewhere to play. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet.
I just said I never want to move, never ever, just because of the amount of stuff that we have put into this house, and we keep putting into this house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, unless I can start over and have my same stuff like magically energized to the new house. I don't know. It's not worth it.
Right.
I don't want to.
Right. And I do still think about it. Then I went from me wanting the chickens to wanting the greenhouse. So that might happen instead, like a small greenhouse. I just did some bartering for
You
Amy.
did, Sandra.
Um,
Good job.
honey fermented garlic. Y'all be doing a thing. I was just talking about how you be doing all that fermenting Ugoro.
Miss Felicia, I remember when she made that honey fermented garlic. I said especially gearing up towards the winter, I want to get my tinctures ready, get my tea area ready. Because just with it being, and it's getting cold. You asked where Chewy was, and when I went back there to get the first aid kit, he back there on his bed in front of the heater. Guess we got the heater out because it's cold.
He is a mess.
But so it's starting to get cold already, and we'll switch over from like the cold ice drinks to tea. I want to make sure I got all my tea stuff. My tea's right here. That's why I'm pointing. My tea stuff and my tinctures ready to go. So I'm not playing with them this year.
Yeah. I'm with you, GT. The thought of moving is just really a lot as well. Because a lot of the stuff, I don't want to move the stuff. So it's same. But I want more space at the same time. Listen, I'll be watching this property behind me because the lady is very much older. Yeah.
I'm done with you. See, she said, I'm just saying.
Make sure if it go up for sale, then I could just knock my fence back all the way to encumber both, and then my daughter could move into that one. Yeah, she said it's cold here, Miss Felicia.
It's cold.
I was on the phone with Erica earlier this morning, and and she was like, it was 80 degrees at that time. It was probably like 9 o'clock, 9 something, almost 10. And she was like, it's like 80 degrees. Now, ma'am, here,
Chewy.
Actually, it was 8:57, and the reason I know, matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it all in frame, is because you see there it says I'm talking to Erica. 8:57. It was 50 degrees.
I took a picture one morning where it was 6 in the morning, and it was 40. It said currently 48 degrees at 8 a.m. 47. 3 p.m. 72. It is cold. You said what's that, GT? Oh. Let me show you that time. That's my that's my old man. This is his bed over here, and that little bundle is him laying on his bed with the heater pointed right at him. He gets cold. And this is him, like he gonna find the heater. If I turn the heater on, he gonna find it. So this is him sitting in front of the heater.
That's Chewy.
All day, all night. He stay. Chewy, like I'm gonna stay warm.
ET said it's 47 degrees there. I believe you. Miss Felicia said 73. Miss Mama Shirley said 47. Yes, it is cool. Now I don't know what it is right now here, but Mama Shirley is by water. They're by body of water, so it's a little cooler in Cleveland than it is here. Ugoro, what's it like where you at? What's your temp? We're all in Ohio. Let me see what it says it is here right now.
There, I'll wash them.
My mom does get under the covers all the time.
In there.
It's 64.
We will cover him up. He be cold.
Yep, it's 64 right now here. It says it's going to get down to 55.
Get down before you fall. Mimi, go. Yeah, nights and mornings.
Supposedly 80 next week. You know what? I was talking to my boss about it. He was like, I think we're gonna get another, stretch of warm weather. I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. It's just been like constant. Like Marcus was like, you didn't water the grass at 60 degrees for what?
Yeah.
Wow, it's 60 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
The moisture ain't even evaporated out the soil.
Mm-hmm. Who's doing a fall garden? The fall plants, crops. Who's got fall stuff coming? Animals telling me worms done.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, Mike.
For a blizzard this year. I agree. Sandra, what state are you in? Our leaves are falling like crazy. I heard the same thing all around.
Yep.
Mm-mm. You're in Ohio as well. Awesome. Yeah, we're cool. Pretty cool here. Close to Cincinnati. Awesome. I'm not far from Cincinnati either. I am probably, depends on what part. So anywhere from probably like 25 to 30 minutes just to get into Cincinnati. Cabbages. What up, BT?
Hey,
What's up? What's up?
Boys.
How y'all doing?
we good. How you doing?
Great.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to grow some fall plants. I don't know how this gonna go,
I know.
but I'm gonna try. Oh
Yeah.
man, it'll get cold here, but
Yeah.
it's 47 degrees right now. I have the day off on Monday. I have to finish the chicken coop, but I have some what's that stuff? PVC pipes. I have PVC pipe and I have some greenhouse plastics that's translucent. It's 6 mil. So that's what I plan to do. I plan to build a hoop house around one of the raised garden beds and do
Mm-hmm.
2 layers of plastic inside and outside of the hoop. And then I
Mm-hmm.
plan to put the frost blanket.
Mm-hmm.
I plan to put a frost blanket over it. And maybe that'll give me because I still got cauliflower that didn't do that. I don't know what happened, but it look all pretty, got these pretty leaves on it, but it ain't banging. I don't see nothing nail color or no flower. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
try.
I would leave it out there and because I think it'll still come up. Because I think cauliflower can handle the cold, can it?
It can't handle my cold.
No, it can't handle your
True.
cold.
It's 47 right now. We have snow on the mountains. Termination dust. It looks so beautiful. I done took like 18,000 pictures every day for the last 2-3 weeks. I've been taking pictures, but it looks beautiful. But it's about in 2 weeks. It's gonna be cold. So I have a deadline with building this chicken coop, and I ain't the smartest guy when it comes down to building. So I'm like, oh Lord, and I ain't got no friends. Like I don't trust folks to come to my house
Right.
like that.
Somebody to come and
You know,
help.
I got friends, but it's like this is a new place and ain't nobody been to my house. It's like only my daddy been there and my wife's family. But other than that, it's like no, I'm doing a little prepping, so nobody need to see what I got. So
Who's just making it happen?
The pressure went down in mine. I just took the top off. But like I said, it's cool in here. So I put the top back on because I could hear it start to spit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I started some radishes about 2-3 weeks ago. They have leaves. I don't see no bottoms on them. So I don't
You
know.
know what? I have not had luck. I've done radishes twice. I did it last year and this year. Neither time did I have luck. And apparently, radishes are
Mm,
supposed to do very well when it's a little cool.
mhm.
I
Same.
have
Like
had no
Casey
luck.
said, I'll get leaves. They'll grow, grow,
I
grow.
just
But
believe
them bottoms, nothing.
you look like
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my son he likes radishes. And they okay. I like the French breakfast, and there's two other ones that I like. But the black Spanish, good lord, that's a laugh. That thing is.
Really, I have seeds. I don't buy seeds for that. One of my employees gave me some seeds for that because she loves radishes and she found them and she was like, you might want to grow these, but I never even brought them. They're still in my office at work because I just don't have no luck with the radish.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I grew the black Spanish for one of my clients. This was like 7 years ago. I had whole hydroponics inside his house, and some of the staff that was inside the office, they would come by because I was writing notes, and in my notes I would say that we did gardening, and
Mhm.
somebody called me up there. They was like, "How you still putting gardening stuff on here in this wintertime? You can't." And I was like, "No, we gardening." She was like, "What you mean?" So I told them. I was like, "Oh, we gonna have to come see this." So they would make excuses to come by, and they would look. I had cucumbers inside the hydroponics, and they was asking me questions and stuff. It was pretty cool. And my individual, um, he was nonverbal, but he
Mm-hmm.
can, he can let you know that something's not right or whatever. And he
Mhm.
would get happy, and they'll say, "So you got cucumber?" I read, and he'll point, and he was so happy, and it was pretty
That was
cool,
his cucumber.
Yeah.
huh?
That
Yeah,
was his
yeah,
cucumber too.
yeah. And he gave one of the people asked for one of the black Spanish radishes, and they ate it just like boom, like that, and it was so intense that
Mm-hmm.
they was responding, reacting to it, and then my individual, he just was going crazy. I mean, he was laughing so much. He had tears coming down. I had to stand in front of him so he wouldn't see the staff because he couldn't catch his breath because he was laughing so hard. It was so cool for him to
Mhm.
just experience that, and for me to be
Yeah.
able to enjoy gardening enough to actually put in that time. So it was
Uh-huh.
pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And one thing, it's gardening is just fun. It's relaxing. It's fun. I enjoy it. And I see it. I'm seeing what y'all posted in there. You go row got the cabbage and bok choy or pak choy. I don't know which one. She got the collards and kale, and then Mike got the kale kohlrabi. I might do some kohlrabi, sugar beets,
I think I
and
did
rest
kohlrabi.
of dying stuff, summer stuff. Rest is dying summer stuff. Hilarious. And it seems like Yuko Rose said she had some luck with the radishes. A little bit of luck with radishes this spring. They didn't. I tried in the spring.
No.
That's when they didn't do well for
Oh,
me. And
no.
I tried the watermelon, the breakfast, and the I had three of them: the breakfast, watermelon, and something else. The white one, the icicle. Is that what it's called?
Yep. Yep.
That one.
I like
That
that one. That one
I,
is super mild.
when
Ooh.
I
Okay.
tell you the green from it, the leaves, they were huge. So I thought I had huge, because they got really nice and
Got your
full and
face cracked.
not a thing, not a thing. So I don't know. Like everything grows well in my soil, so I'm like, it's not my soil, so I don't know.
I think it's just a radish. And I know they say, oh, it's so easy. Everybody can grow. No,
And they don't take that long to grow either.
they
They're
don't
like
take that
30
long.
days. 30 days.
I've
I
never
mean, that
that's gonna.
that was supposed to be the whole point. My son was coming back from Georgia, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start it like 2 weeks before he gets here. And
Mm-hmm.
so 2 weeks after he's here about 2-3 weeks or whatever, I'll be like, hey, go out there to the backyard and you know what I'm saying, see what's out there. I ain't got nothing but leaves out there, so my surprise didn't even work. So I got to figure it out for next year. I did it in the spring at my work garden, but it just not panning out the way I want it for the during the fall.
Yeah, yeah. I got
Please
what do I have
come
out there? I have
I'm gonna have to throw them away.
broccoli, bok choy,
Do you have
collard,
more?
kale, cabbage that I'm starting for the well, I've already put some
You can show
cabbage
me before you
and
go.
broccoli and collards in the transplanted some of those in one of the beds. But I started some more seeds because not that many of my cabbage came up, and I wanted some more broccoli, and then I added the bok choy, and I think that in the kale, I added the kale, and I think I'm gonna also do some Swiss chard, and I also planted some seeds for more carrots and peas because I was like peas like the cooler weather, so maybe I could get some peas before it gets too cold. And the carrots like a little bit of cooler too, so I'm hoping I could get some carrots.
I bought pea seeds, but I never put any down.
I don't like peas typically, but I want to
So
try
look,
them.
people eat them.
I want to try them growing them because I'm like I've only ever been had them in a from the can, not even So I'm like that. That might be why I don't like them.
Mimi's great. Mimi's great grandparents, they made peas once, and they were fresh peas and some butter and some salt, and oh, they were so
See, that's why I want to grow
they
them
were
because I'm
so
like
good.
maybe I'm missing out. What up, Lala?
Hey, Lala.
Maybe I'm missing out because they're not fresh.
But I won't if I have them, and I probably once every 5-10 years, I'll make peas, but they're frozen. I will not get them out the can. They have to be frozen.
Do you eat them, GT?
Yes, I got peas in my yard right
Miss
now.
Grace?
I love like the sugar snap peas,
That's what
the sugar
That's what I
daddies.
planted. The sugar snap.
Oh my goodness! And I eat them like my son got out of school Monday. I was cutting the grass, and he walked up, and I thought he was going to give me a hug. He said, "Can I have some food?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that's over there. I thought you were going to give me a hug." And he just looked at me like, "Oh really?" And he kept it pushing. He got him some peas, and I was telling him if they're because I have some that are too. They've been in it too long, so they're real woody, I guess it is. And I said, don't get those. Get the ones that are, like medium. And so he tried about 7 different ones, and he was like, I like the kind that's, a little more than medium or whatever. Okay. Yeah. So I love peas, and they grow really, really prolific. I made a little homemade trellis.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have it right by a trellis, and I had I probably put about 8 seeds out there. So
my little niece, when she was about 2 or 3, I used to make the dog food with peas and carrots and everything, and I would give her like a frozen peas, and she would be like, "TT, can I have some more chewy food?" I'm like, don't call it. It's not dog food, honey. Don't call it dog food. People gonna think I'm really giving you dog food. It's peas. I'm gonna give you some peas. But she loved them just like out the freezer, frozen. She would just pop them.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Dog food, huh?
I was giving her dog food.
Lord, I want to try them now. Some stuff that I didn't like. I will see if I like it if I'm growing it and having it because the flavor is different. Even with stuff that I did like, I found that I don't like the store stuff anymore because now that I've grown it, it doesn't taste as good. So yeah.
Or
And I
just
do have some potatoes still out there from summer that I'm just letting them go until it gets too cold, and then I'll pull them out. But I did
I
pretty
don't
good.
think my
What'd you say?
I don't this I think this is the first year where my carrots didn't do right. I started them too late. I don't think I'm gonna get carrots this year. The first time.
Oh, that sucks. That's how I was with carrots. Never liked them until I grew them myself. Yes, you grow out.
oh, now I do like carrots.
I do too, but I like them better from the garden. And my bell peppers are the same way. Like bell peppers, the store ones taste like water. The ones from your garden taste. I literally the first year I grew them, I sliced one just to taste it to see how it tastes, and I ate that whole thing. It was so good. Just sliced it up and was eating it. Didn't need nothing. It was so good. So yeah, some things just taste better. It just does. Yes. Beautiful.
All right, so 14 quarts of pasta sauce and 6 quarts, 5 pints of tomato sauce.
Awesome.
I'll be doing more within a year. Like that's not gonna last me a year.
No, I'll be doing more because I ended up with 15 pints
Mm-hmm.
of pasta sauce. Yeah.
So what y'all use this for like spaghetti or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I like to use the pasta sauce for spaghetti or lasagna or whatever. And then I like to also do the tomato sauce in case we do pizza or if I need tomato sauce for like a soup or something. But then I can season it and make it a pasta sauce, with just some Italian herbs and stuff.
Yep.
I don't eat spaghetti that regularly. I ain't had spaghetti or lasagna or any of those red sauces in 10
Really?
years.
Wow.
What?
I don't do them. I don't do
Why?
them. It's just a little phobia I had from growing up in Georgia.
Oh.
Aw.
Yeah, so I don't even do them. But
Aw.
listening to y'all though, I want to make my own.
Make your own.
I want to,
I will
but I ain't
say
eating no. I ain't,
not bought. We did buy. I have some store-bought pasta sauce behind me here, but that was because Marcus wanted to make some to take to work with him, and I hadn't made any more yet. We don't buy pasta sauce. Ever since we started making this,
Yep. Same.
we make your own.
Same. And I am going to try my hand at a ketchup as well. I want to try and make my own ketchup.
I really don't have the patience for ketchup.
I want to try it.
what is hard or something?
No, you gotta let it cook down.
You gotta let it cook down because in order to get that consistency of ketchup, it's just tomatoes. You got to cook them down though, because tomatoes have so much water in them.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to let them cook down a lot, and then you add the stuff to it that's going to give you that flavor. So I think like vinegar, sugar, salt,
So
stuff like that. I don't know.
I'm not gonna let it cook down.
See, I will now to do it on like a live or a video. I probably wouldn't, but I could do it. Like if I just was trying to experiment, I would do it.
I'd get irritated. That's why I've never done it.
Yeah,
I barely this time I let it cook down, but like I've went back and like watched some of my videos, and I'm like, I'm gonna let this cook for like 5-6 hours, and I come back like an hour later.
See,
I'm done. I'm tired of waiting. I'm gonna eat. I'm hungry.
No, I can do it, and I want to try barbecue sauce too, homemade.
I do love my barbecue sauce.
I want to try hot sauce. I have hot sauce bottles. I have.
You ready to go then?
I have them already.
I want to make it.
I've watched tons of videos. I have a notebook somewhere on how to do it. I got the specific peppers that I wanted to use for it and everything. But every time it's time to do it, I'm busy at work. It's 6
Yeah.
days a week, and it's like I can't. There's too many projects for me to concentrate on that. But one day I'll find the time to get it there.
Well,
Get it
you'll
in.
get it. Yeah, you'll get it.
I just cracked it a little bit to let some of that steam out before I take the lid off.
Now, if yours is anything like mine, it was not having it being cracked. It's just too cold in here. It'll help Marcus got the air on too.
Yeah, my air is still on, but it doesn't kick in until it's under 71 in here. It's always at 71.
Golden barbecue sauce. I'm about to.
Did you do a video? Did you do a video, you go out? Because I don't remember seeing that. Tia did a peach barbecue sauce last year.
And I've done regular sauce. This sauce still down there too.
Yeah.
Why you didn't use it yet, Tia?
I don't like barbecue sauce.
But it's other folks in your house.
Marcus, you said why haven't I used it yet? I haven't, but Marcus has.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But you know I like to go big, so I made a bunch. And then also like when he travels and stuff, he picks up different types of sauces. So he may, just get a little jar and then use the rest. But
you go, bro, when you make it again, you need to do a video, sis. You need a video. Did you see GT Tia did a short where Marcus did the spiced peaches, and he dehydrated them and did his own spiced peach
seasoning.
That sounds so good. When I do tacos, I get the peach salsa. Oh, it's so good. I can't eat the.
He marinated the peaches in bourbon and some other type of marinade, and then pureed them. I told him to puree it because I was like, you can leave it fat, but it's going to take longer. So he pureed it, grinded it all down. Then he did two. He did one with just that, and then he took the other half and he added like more extra stuff to it, like onion powder and a little bit of pepper and stuff. So
did he get drunk off of it?
It's for seasoning.
It's just the seasoning.
But it's bourbon, right? I don't understand. I don't drink no more.
Marinated in a bourbon, but it's not. It don't stick to it like that. Like I don't like bourbon, but when I tasted it, I did not taste the bourbon. I definitely tasted the peaches.
Yeah, and he could probably use it.
That sounds pretty cool.
He smokes his meat and stuff.
That's what I'll do. Use it for that. Now, when I first started making barbecue sauce, I used to put Fireball in mine. And then, like the alcohol cooks off. But one time, I don't think I let it cook off all the way. And I was like, your kids might have had some of that barbecue chicken, just so you know. That Fireball barbecue chicken, too. Go put them to bed.
Yeah, I'm scared of stuff like that. I don't do the alcohol. Nah,
it just cooks off.
When you're cooking with it, it cooks off.
It cooks off. You just gotta let it cook off. Don't just put it in there and then serve it. Which is what I did with that barbecue sauce.
Oh, okay.
But no, it'll cook off.
I feel like I'm smelling tomato sauce.
I had some siphoning, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's what it is. I see it now. It just was a little bit of siphoning.
Miss Felicia said, I love Fireball. I do too, Miss Felicia. Need a homemade.
Hey, I see how these jars don't have the little white like my other set did because I didn't put vinegar in
Mm-hmm.
the canner for my first set. So that's why it'll get that film around it. But
Mm-hmm. From that hard water, if you have it. I know we definitely have it.
yeah.
Oh, so you pick it up by the neck and not the actual ring thing then, huh? Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Grab it right under the where the ring is, so the neck of it.
Because they are.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
You got it, GT. You can do it.
it. Not yet. I'm gonna have to have time. I'm scared. That rocking stuff. I seen y'all was listening to the rocket and y'all was doing a
I do it
I'm
anyway.
like, okay then.
You see, I'm still doing it. I do it anyway. My mom hates it. What are you nervous? No, I'm just moving.
I'm a rocker, and my nickname is actually Nervous. My grandfather used to call me that. I've always done it since I was a little girl.
Yeah, I remember that about you saying that, Gina. Yeah, I remember that.
Both my sister and I will shake our legs too.
I do
Just
that too.
because. And ooh, my mom hates that. Hey, I had someone come up to me at a restaurant once. And she was like, is everything okay? I see you shaking your leg. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm in a groove and I'm shaking my leg. Like, back away a little bit. I'm good. Thanks, though.
It looks so pretty, y'all. I need
They
more.
do. Good job.
The thing is, coming through, it doesn't look as bold and red as it is, but it's
They are giving. I love it.
What's that? A towel underneath it? What's that?
Mhm. You want to put a towel underneath because they are so hot.
Mm-hmm.
And your countertop is cool. So put a towel underneath it. That way you're not like shocking your jars. And once when I first did it, I didn't put a towel underneath it. And my table still has a mark from those jars. So like they left.
Oh, wow.
So just a little towel.
Those are just dish towels.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll leave them like this for at least 12 hours, but it'd be longer than that by the time I mess with them. And then you'll take
I just moved that salsa yesterday.
Listen, I just moved this before I went live tonight. This jelly that I made. And I did this on Wednesday or something?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, Wednesday. And they were sitting right there.
Yep. That salsa from last week was all up here. I marked on it and put it in the box, and it's over there. I literally moved it 2 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got to count the pops now? You listen for the pops now?
No.
I don't. I used to in the beginning.
What you mean no?
Because it's going to do it. When I get up in the morning, I'll look at them and you'll be able to tell if they popped because it won't be. Before they pop, the lid has like a hump
Here
at the top.
So
after it pops, go ahead.
Like you can, I don't know if you can see it, but you know how it looks. And then, so you might not always hear it. I don't always hear mine. Like I got them sitting right here. I haven't heard them. So I just kind of ignore them. They're done. I'm going to admire them. They're pretty. But then tomorrow, like Gina said, in about 12 hours, I'm gonna go through and first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look to see if any of the little hole, knobby things are in. And then I always take my rings off. Mm-hmm. And while I'm taking the rings off, I always give it like a little tug just to see. One, I'm feeling if it's sticky. If it's sticky, go ahead and clean it. But I'll give it a little tug just to make sure it's on there tight. I'd have washed that.
Because what I will tell you also is that if it's sealed properly, it's gonna be uncomfortable to try to take that lid off with your fingers. Because it's a strong suction that it does when it's sealed.
So here's some mushrooms. I don't remember the last time I canned the mushrooms. 2 years ago or something. Marcus brought them up here because he wanted to make spaghetti. But like I can't. I can't get it open. I have to use a can opener to open these.
I usually just pry
And
something underneath it, a knife or
it's kind of down. Like it doesn't make that noise. It's down. Whereas this, of course, it's not sealed, but you can hear it.
Is that herbs in there? What's in that jar?
Uh-huh. Herbs.
Mm-hmm.
These are
What kind of
peppers.
herbs you got in there, TT?
This is celery.
Oh, okay.
Dehydrated celery.
Dehydrated celery.
Yeah.
You got it, GT. You good. You good.
Nah, not yet. I'm a regular cook. I just now learning how to do freezer meals. I'm still learning. I made those things that I was talking to Gina about on her live. Well, I think it was 2 Fridays ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and bought the saran wrap, but I put them in the refrigerator. And my son said, "Daddy, can I have one?" I was like, "I just made them." I was like, "You already ate them." He was like, "Hey, I just want to taste one." So I cut him half of one, and then he was eating it, and I had just made that one. So he was eating it, then a little cheese was dripping. I was like, "Oh, I think I want one." So the next thing you know, I ate the other half, and then I put them I let them cool down, and then I put them in a gallon bag. 8 of them came out of them, and the next thing you know, they was gone all week. That was his breakfast.
It be like that sometimes, though.
Yeah.
It be like that.
Yeah, my
And now
laptop
this,
was about to die, so I had to come in my office.
You good, Gina?
so this week I'm do grits and eggs and the bacon bit. So I put those in containers, and that'll be what he has for the week for breakfast. I try to keep him away from the Pop Tarts. Now we have some Pop Tarts because I love Pop Tarts, but they're not that good for you. So and then he asked, he asked for watermelon, and I'm like, "For real?" So I juiced like 3 watermelons, and I put like 12 of those containers for like soups, and I put them in the freezer. So I have about 12 of them in the freezer. So I'm gonna buy some more, and then I'm gonna juice some to put more in the freezer, and then I'm gonna cut up him some, and then every day, because I made up a rule this week, because he I don't know if I should say this. Like, let me see how to say this. I be on here telling my business. Goodness. So to use the bathroom, it shouldn't take too long for things to move. But sometimes it'll take him too long, and I'm like, "Hey, you good in there?" And he was trying to tell me that it should take 30 minutes. And I said, no, I don't think so, son. And I said, and I started telling him, I was like, "Okay, you take a sandwich to school, and I told you will alternate from sandwiches to taking a meal that I cook, because he takes lunch. He don't eat it. I don't want him to eat at school, and it's been like that for about 3-4 years or whatever. So I said, you're taking a sandwich, that's processed meat. The bread has sugar in it. When you get home, you have Slim Jim, and then throughout the night, you have another snack that's processed. That's too much processed food, and you're not having any fiber. So you must have some fruit. If you're gonna have all of these things, you must have an apple, at least one apple, or some kind of fruit, because you shouldn't have. You should be using the bathroom more than one time a day, because you're consuming more than one time a day. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to tell my boy's business like that, but it's just the reality.
Parenting advice. I told my daughter multiple times, when's the last time you had a salad? Some greens, some green beans, something green, kids, they like convenience food, and they like their stuff, and can't tell them nothing because of course they know it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just here to finance.
That part.
Miss Felicia, did you say that air and heat both on? Yes. Marcus refuses to turn off the air, so I do have a heater. I have a heater in my room. The house isn't heated, but my room is. If I gotta sleep in there.
Yeah. I have a heater in my room, but that's only for when it does get cold. It's comfortable here.
I usually use it like in the morning to kind of take the chill out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll put it away. Or if like I'm getting out the shower, I'll pull it out and then I'll put it away. Yeah. But it was cold this evening and I knew Chewy was going to be wandering around this house. So I turned the heater on.
Mm-hmm.
He went and got comfy.
Oh, yeah. He ain't moving.
He ain't moving.
Unless you mess with his feet.
And his old age, like he started, you know how old people, they just get fussy. So he's just started this, like he's just sitting on his bed, just, I'm like, Chewy, just go to sleep, dude. So.
Hilarious.
So well, I appreciate you allowing me to come up. Thank you for the conversation. I'm gonna get back to work. Y'all have a good one now.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, y'all. All right, chat.
Good night, GT. Thank you.
Yes. Well, we done with the canon anyway.
We done.
We done.
She's
been doing the thing. She got a lot of sauce there. And I didn't do bad, but I was hoping I was going to get more.
Mm-hmm.
For the fact that I was able to do all that, get 15 jars out of tomatoes that I grew out of my own garden.
That part. When you told me how many gallon-sized bags you, first of all, pulled out, and second off, you still have frozen. Come on now. That's how you want to do it.
I think I still have like 3 or 4 bags.
I got 1 gallon-sized jar. All those tomatoes that were like up on the counter and stuff, those turned red, and then I put them all out in the freezer.
And that's what I do once they turn completely red. Sometimes if I harvest them when they're just blushing, then I put them in the windowsill till they turn red. I clean them, I wash them off, throw them in a freezer bag, throw them in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Then when that bag gets full, start another bag.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Now I usually wash mine off as soon as I walk in the house.
Yeah, I just throw them in the windowsill.
I think I do that because a bug might be on it or something.
See, I do kind of inspect them before I decide if they're going to actually, because I had a few of them that things ate through.
Yeah. But still, a bug might have touched it. I need to.
I'm done.
Wash it.
I'm done.
Wash the bug juice off.
You can probably guarantee that something touched it. Even if it was a bee, it was something.
I do everything. I take like even this. Marcus was like, "Let me see it." I gotta go clean it first. Ain't just gonna sit here dirty.
They do. Some things are supposed to, like when you harvest your onions, you want to let them completely.
I got 2 onions here, and they didn't get that big, Gina. But I got 2 onions here, and it took everything in me not to wash those off. And I did knock them really hard.
See, and my potatoes too. When I harvest my regular potatoes, I don't wash them because you don't wash them unless you're going to eat them. It's almost like eggs. You don't want to clean them unless you're going to be eating them right away.
See, that's why I probably couldn't have chickens because I would want to wash them off as soon as I walked in the house.
Horrible.
All right, y'all. We go.
Yes.
I'm tired.
I am very tired.
I'm tired.
I know.
All right. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you. Because now I got pasta sauce.
We good. We stocking up. All right, y'all. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.